Things are kicking off relatively interestingly for the new format here. We have Blue Eyes, Damage Step the deck, and really just all sorts of interesting ideas that are sticking around for you to mess around with. Like 30% of you guys have not smashed the living crap out of that subscribe button. Smash it so we can climb up the 100K ladder. Alright, the first list we're going to be looking at here is a Blue Eyes branded list, and I've seen all sorts of cool combinations of things that players are messing around with and, having work out for them, but branded in combination with Blue Eyes is not necessarily something I thought we would see, at least sporting off a mini invoked package here. So we have 2 copies of Alistair the Invoker, we have 1 copy of Ascantos, 2 copies of Astral Karibo, 1 copy of Blue Eyes Alternative. And remember, this card's value is definitely not what it used to be. So many people have shaved off this card or toned it back so much. I think at max at this point, you would really only consider 2 of these, alright? I know a lot of Blue Eyes players are going to be, no, you play them. No, trust me, 1 is fine. We have 1 Blue Eyes Jet Dragon, 1 Chaos Dragon Lavinier, 2 copies of the Dictator of D, 2 copies of Fallen of Albaz, 2 Ghost Ball in the Haunted Mansion, 2 Ghost Ogre, 1 Shadal Beast with 1 White Stone of Ancients, 1 White Stone, then we have triple Blue Eyes White Dragon, 1 Dark Magician, and then we have triple Branded Fusion, 1 Dragon Shrine, 1 Invocation, 1 Magical Meltdown, 2 copies of Mystic Mine, 1 Terraforming, triple copies of the Melody of the Awakening Dragon, 1 Ultimate Fusion, 2 Skill Drains, and we're actually sporting off triple copies of Skill Drain here. I actually think that this is the most interesting part about this list is you're still able to do all of these Blue Eye shenanigans and not really care. You have a going second engine in here thanks to Astral Karibo. There's a lot of cool things here. We have 1 Link Karibo, 1 Hulk with 1 Artemis, and then we have our OTK machine in here. Do not underestimate Dragublion. Alright, I think the Dragublion will start to see a little bit more play here as this format starts to develop here, because players are looking at these alternatives and going, oh snap, I can pull a random OTK out of my butt for 2 level 8 monsters. It's something really worth considering. We have 1 Crooked Cook, 1 number 38, we have 1 number 100, we have 1 Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, 1 copy of Mirjade, 1 Lubellion, 1 Makaba with 1 Kaliga, 1 Winda, 1 Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon, and 1 Albion. And then we have, side deck here, we have 2 copies of Lancia, 2 Drone Lockbird, 2 Space Rocks, 1 Feather Duster, 1 Mystic Mine, triple copies of Prohibition, 1 Dimensional Barrier, and triple copies of Summon Limit here, wrapping up our Blue Eyes branded list. And as I said here, if you're somebody that likes cool ideas, you want to mess around with some relatively interesting stuff, pick this up, give this a shot, because honestly, I think you will have a lot of fun with this. Alright, and that's one big thing to really consider here. Fun. Next up here is Damage Step the deck. Now, this did very, very well at it got its invite. Now, for those of you that are like, hold on, Damage Step the deck. So, Kaiju, big numbers, yes. So basically, you're going to use Psychic Fervor, Honest, limit removals to basically blow your opponent out. Psychic Fervor is a quick effect on a spell card that says, during the battle phase, target 1 face-up monster you control, use life points equal to its attack, and if you do, the monster's attack is doubled till the end of this turn. It cannot attack directly during this turn you activate this card. You can only use 1 Psychic Fervor per turn. So what's going to end up happening is you're going to stack it on top of your Kaiju, and double your Kaiju to, whatever it is, and then you're going to use Honest, the limit removals, to slam over your opponent's Kaiju to basically end the game. Is it effectively crazy good? It's not crazy consistent, but it was nice to see that this deck was able to perform at a regional level, getting the chance to do well. This is always like the table 500 shenanigans that so many people kind of come to know and love at these sorts of events. Alright, so we have 1 Alistair the Invoker, 1 copy of Amano Awaz. This is actually going to be kind of important to make sure that nothing can get too out of hand. Alright, we have triple copies of Godarla. We have 1 copy of the Gezemek Okami, the dreaded Deluge Dragon. We have triple copies of Honest, triple copies of Jizikuri. We have 2 Lava Golems, 2 copies of Space Rock, triple copies of Demise of the Land, triple copies of the Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, one Invocation. We have 2 Lightning Storms, triple copies of Limit Removal, 1 Magical Meltdown, triple Mystic Mine, triple Pot of Extravagance, triple copies of Psychic Fervor, 1 Terraforming, triple Evenly Matched, and 1 copy of Metaverse. So I do understand that you're going to look at this list and you're going to go, well, what's the point of playing Mystic Mine, or, you know, like these grindy cards near, like Evenly and Mystic Mine? Well, these 2 cards give you an equalization chance. There will be times where you won't be able to execute this right away because you're missing a piece or you're short damage. That's where things like these 2 come into play, so you can slow down the pace of the game. I know a lot of people will be like, well, it's just no. Trust me, these are fine. And in the next deck, we have 2 Secure Garden, 3 Almirage, 1 Juggernaut Libby with 1 Gustav Max, 1 Starving Venom, 1 Triff Overdome with 1 Draco Stapelia. We have 1 Purgatrio, triple Macabre, and 1 copy of Eldritch, the Matter Hatter Golden Lord. And then we have triple Inspector Border, of course, right? Like, we're still essentially a Floodgate deck. We have 2 Cosmic Cyclone, 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, triple Super Poly, 2 Curse Seal, the Forbidden Spell, 1 Red Reboot, and triple copies of Solemn Judgment here, wrapping up a deck that relies on manipulating the opponent. As I said, if you want to pick this up, have some fun. This is by far what I would say is the definition of table 500 to just have a good time with, ladies and gentlemen. There's nothing wrong with just trying to pull off some cheesy OTKs. Next up here is Cabazools and Friends. Yay, Sniffy Dragon. So we're going to be relying on the Pacifist of the Ocean here. Yes, my favorite. Somewhere MBT is smiling seeing this. So, what's the purpose of this list? Well, we're going to Cabazools. Basically, you want to make things like Logia or Dolka here off of this, you know, hide behind like the power of this and kind of do your thing. Like that's the whole generalized purpose of these water control decks. So we have triple copies of Little Rescue Bunny. We have triple copies of Sniffy Sniffy. We have triple copies of Ugly Fish. We have 1 copy of the Phantasm Spiral Dragon, triple copies of Fossil Dig, triple copies of Heat Wave, triple copies of Pacifist, the Phantasm Sea. We have 1 copy of Spiral Grip, 2 copies of Prosperity, triple copies of Imperm, triple copies of the Spiral Battle, triple copies of Spiral Power. Alright, then we have triple Skill Drain, triple copies of Solemn Judgment, and triple copies of Torrential Tribute here. Down here in the extract, we have 2 Crazy Boxes, 2 Gaga 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 Samurais, 2 Gaga 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 Triffs. We have triple copies of Logia, triple copies of Dolka, and triple copies of Zeus, because why not? Side deck here, we have 1 Artifact Scythe, 2 Space Rocks, triple copies of Twin Twisters, triple copies of Sanctum, triple Eradicator Epidemic Virus. This is actually interesting, alright? Just remember, 2 level 4s gives you immediate access to this, because you're just going to roll Crazy Box onto the field. Honestly, you're probably not going to play Crazy Box effect. Also, to be fair, Crazy Box is 3k underneath Skill Drain, which is actually kind of a little bit more of a looming threat than I think a lot of people will definitely give it credit for. And then we have triple copies of Evenly Matched here, wrapping up our Sniffy Sniffy deck. There's nothing else to really say about this. Just don't get wet while you're playing this deck, alright, or your cards will just be bad the whole game. Alright, next up here is Return to Monkey. This is one of the first true Draco lists that I've seen come out of the woodwork here. You just got to give a shout out here to Double Dynamite. I think like your crazy value that you really get out of this is nice. I'm so glad to see that it's back. So we have triple copies of the draw power for this deck, which actually is kind of nice. I'm glad to see the Draco does get to take advantage of this. We have 2 copies of Dynamite, triple copies of Ignis Heat. We are playing triple Border in here. Honestly, yeah, Border can slightly conflict with what you're trying to do, but that shouldn't be an issue, alright? You should still be able to capitalize and play the game, you know, because you'll still have your pop effects all live. We have 1 Majesty Maiden, then we have 1 Cardemise, triple copies of Disciples, 1 Dragonic Diagram, 1 Mystic Mind, we have 1 Terraforming, we have triple Heritage for draw power, triple Goes and Match, 1 Metaverse, triple Skill Drain, triple copies of the Monarch's Erupts. You're literally packing 6 skill drains in this bad boy. Triple there can only be one. Triple copies of Apocalypse and 2 copies of Return here, wrapping up this chunk of deck profiles for you guys. As you see, there is so much like little niche picks that you can still pick up, have fun with. Are they going to be crazy successful? No, not all the time. But there is a story to be had with these lists. There is cool things to be seen here, and I think that's one of the more important things to understand as we go forward here is diversity still can do its thing. Guys, please, if you comment down below, tell me what you're saying. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later on the day, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.